So I've been asked to do a unbiased review on the Apple's hair straightening brush. I have the original one, which I bought. That's not the original. I have the original one, which had a few things wrong with it that people wrote in their reviews and everything, and so Apple has made a upgraded version which they've offered to me for free in return of an unbiased review. So for both of them you get a nice little packaging for it. This is the new one. Personally I think it looks a lot better because I hate pink, and this is black and dark pink around the rim, so I think it looks a lot better. That's my personal opinion. And you can see they're shaped differently as well. I don't know if it will take longer to do my hair because obviously it's smaller than the rounded original brush. They've got rid of the rubber bubbles because people said that it was pulling their hair out and it was really hurting them. So that's no longer on these. Instead they've got these other stuff in replace of the rubber, and they don't heat up as much as the rest of the hairbrush does, as well as the outside as well. That doesn't heat up as much, so it doesn't burn you. With the original, that's all I got, as well as the velvet slot it comes in. That's all that I got with that. Whereas with the updated one, you get your guide, you get a glove with it, so you don't burn your hand when you're doing your hair, which I think is a nice touch because I burn myself a lot. I didn't burn myself on this, but a lot of people did, so I think they took that into consideration and decided to give out a glove with it. And also another thing that you didn't get with the original was 2 clips, so you can clip your hair up. So I thought that was very handy because I don't have clips. I usually just do it all in one, which I'm going to do anyway with this brush. I have an original video of me using this for the first time, and so you can see how that works out. So I'm going to do one with the new one, and hopefully it turns out okay. Also, the placement of the buttons on the original brush, it's on the side, so if you are right-handed, if you're left-handed you're okay, but if you're right-handed like me, your thumb goes where the buttons are, and people had problems by pressing the power button, or they're accidentally turning the heat down or the heat up when they don't want it to, when they're doing their hair, because of the placement of the buttons was wrong. So with the new one, they've actually changed the placement of the buttons, and the buttons now on the back, so when you hold it, it's the palm of your hand that's on them. And also after 3 seconds the buttons lock, so then even if you do accidentally press them, nothing will happen unless you hold them down to then change the settings and stuff like that. So I think that's very good. But they have got rid of the screen, I think. I think they've moved it. I won't know until I actually switch it on for it to light up. So I'll plug it in, and then when it's heating I'm going to brush my hair. That is one thing you've got to make sure you do. Make sure your hair is dry. Do not use either of these brushes with wet hair. You have to make sure your hair is dry, and also make sure you brush out all of the knots. It may be a hair straightening brush. It makes it easier to straighten compared to the flat iron, but it doesn't get rid of knots. So you have to make sure your hair is knot free. And switch it on. Yeah, there's the screen. And turning it up to the highest, but I want it on degrees Celsius. Okay, so if you want to change whether it's read in Fahrenheit or degrees Celsius, you have to hold the plus and the minus together at the same time. So while that's heating up, I'm going to brush all the knots out of my hair. Probably see I have very, very thick hair and a lot of it, so it takes me forever to straighten my hair. So I don't really straighten my hair a lot because it's a lot of effort to constantly be straightening it all the time. So that's now warmed up and it's on its hottest setting of 225 degrees Celsius. Do not touch the brush bit because you will hurt yourself. I'm not going to use the clips that came with it because even though it may make straightening my hair easier, I don't know, it's just something I don't use. So I'll use that if I have to, if I keep burning myself. So I'm going to put some music on and I'm going to test out the new hair straightener. The model number is HC003, but I'll post a link in the description so you won't have to bother trying to search for it. Right, let's go.
It's too hard to sleep. I got the sheets on the floor, nothing on me, and I can't take it no more. It's 100 degrees. I got 1 foot out the door. Where are my keys? 'Cause I gotta leave, yeah. In the back of the cab, I took the drive ahead of time. Get me the fast. I got your body on my mind. I want it bad. Ooh, just the thought of you gets me so high, so high. gets me so high, so high. Oh, just the thought of you gets me so high, so high.
You're the one I want to hold me. And if you want me, girl, you got me. There's nothing I know I wouldn't do, just to get up next to you.
I will leave a before and after picture at the end of the video, but as you can see, my hair is straight. And didn't knock the buttons at all, still on the same heat, still switched on, and yes, the lock button, the lock on it does work. I have to hold the buttons down in order to change the settings or switch it off, which I'm going to switch it off now. To unlock it, because of it locks automatically when you've finished fiddling about with the heat and everything. So to unlock it, you double click the power button, and then to switch it off, you hold the power button down and then it switches off. And then obviously it's the same when you're switching it on, hold down the power button and it will switch on, and then you sort out your heat and everything. Once you've done that, after a couple of seconds, it locks itself. And if you need to change it again or anything like that, double click and it will unlock, and then you can do what you need to do. And then again, it will lock automatically once you're finished, unless you're turning it off. I would say if you've got really thick hair, like my hair's really thick, I'd say put it on the hottest, which is at 225 degrees Celsius. That's what I have it on, and it's because my hair is really thick. So I would recommend that. But yeah, mess around with it yourselves, find out what works for you and whatnot. Yeah, I think it's done a brilliant job. I didn't have a problem with the original brush personally. I honestly thought I'd have more trouble with this one because it's a lot smaller, whereas the base on that is a lot wider, so I thought that would pick up more hair than this one would. But no, I think this one actually did my hair a lot quicker than that one, and it still leaves body in it. It doesn't make it completely flat, but obviously if I want to, I can get the hair straighteners themselves out and just go over it, and it'll make the hair straightening process a lot quicker, just doing that and then going on to the hair straighteners. To get to this stage through hair straighteners, it'll take me at least half an hour, I think. But this, what was it, 10 minutes I think. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. I'm very happy with that. I would definitely give it 5 stars. I can't think of anything to fault it, and they've definitely improved on the design of it since the last one, and it still performs brilliantly. It does what it says on the tin basically, and it's roughly the same price as the original, but you're getting more for your money, and it looks a lot better as well. But obviously there's no point in having something that looks good if it doesn't work, but this looks good and it works, so I'm very happy with that. So yeah, 5-star review I say, and that's the Apelus hair straightening brush. Again, I will leave the link in the description and you can have a look into it, do some of your own research and everything. I hope you guys liked this video and I hope you found it helpful, so cheers.